welcome back. This is Become a Bat, and a very happy Halloween to all of you Bat fans out there. This is going to be a special Joker Halloween episode.
And Scarecrow.
And Scarecrow. You just ruined the special guest.
Crap.
It's okay.
It's the Halloween episode.
It's the Halloween episode.
Yeah.
And Batman, he definitely loves his spooky, scary whatnots, right?
I mean, yeah, Batman's very steeped in horror.
Yeah, way more so than Superman, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman fights her fair share of monsters, but
Yeah, but like Batman himself comes from like Dracula.
Yeah.
So like there's a horror element to him
yeah.
already.
Though we're past the era of him fighting Draculas and monster men.
For now.
For now, yeah. They'll definitely get back to that. But you know what probably brings that? I didn't even think about it till now, but you know what probably brought back like the gothic horror to Batman?
Marshall Rogers.
Well, I mean, the outside influence is like the Hammer horror films. They got
Definitely
popular,
Hammer horror
so
films,
like,
every time horror gets popular again, Batman becomes more horror influenced.
yeah, maybe. I don't really see it for the Batman 2, but like next time they do like a Batman like reboot,
Yeah.
like they've like the Batman is like definitely goes for the more detective-y. The Snyder films are more just like the action Batman and focused now on more like Justice League.
Yeah.
Like we need the horror Batman sometime.
Well, we get the horror Batman a little bit in his introduction in Batman v Superman when he's in the warehouse, and we got to see it in the Batman to some degree.
I mean, that one plays up more like urban legend than like straight up horror, even though like the cops are scared shitless of him.
That's true, but he was definitely like scary.
Yeah,
in his introduction in Batman v Superman.
Yeah, but we definitely need like him fighting werewolves and Clayface.
I would love to see that. Maybe someday they'll do that. Who knows?
So today we're gonna start off with, like I said, it's 2 Joker stories. So like, if you love Joker, stick around for this episode. If you don't, then skip to the last third. I don't have a time code.
I was gonna say then F off. You're on the wrong podcast.
But these are some pretty good Joker stories. I think we both agree that the second one we're gonna cover is the better of the 2.
Yeah, definitely.
But that isn't to say the first one's bad at all.
No, it's still good. It's solid. It's better than some of the other stories we've been reading.
Yep. And before we get into Joker, I was like, I wanted to know about Mr. Baffle.
Oh yeah.
I checked on to see if he ever returns. No, he doesn't.
What?
That's his one and only story.
Just another reason for you to write some Batman comics.
Yeah, there is just a unlimited wealth of potential Batman stories that they could follow up on.
Right? Come on, Grant Morrison. Where's Mr. Baffle?
Yeah, Mr. Baffle is totally something Grant Morrison would have latched onto.
That's why you got to latch onto it.
Yeah, I can be the next Grant Morrison.
You can if you bring Mr. Baffle back. And what was the other guy again?
What was it?
Freaking cop.
The man. Now I'm like forgetting his name.
Yeah, it'll come to us.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm joking about being the next Grant Morrison.
He could be though. Mr. Baffle is gold.
All right, so let's get into Batman number 8, story number 4. So this is The Cross Country Crimes. Art is by Bob Kane, Jerry Robinson, George Russos, and is written by Bill Finger.
Yep.
Do you want to look at the describe the splash page here?
Yes, I will. It's pretty awesome. It's like a slightly askew image of a water tower. It's like pointing diagonally, like it's falling or something. But I think it's just that avant-garde kind of cinematic angle, Dutch angle.
A Dutch angle. Yeah.
I'm just trying to be like overly descriptive here. And Joker's standing on top, firing one gun into the air and the other gun straight at Batman's face, while Batman climbs a ladder, and Robin swings in from out of frame, trying to kick Joker off the water tower.
Yep.
And then there's a bunch of cops on the bottom that are all pointing guns at Joker, and one of them looks like he's dead. He's hanging off the edge,
Joker
like he just got shot.
Joker definitely got that one.
Yeah, and it's pretty moody. There's like a full moon in the background, obviously par for the course.
Every time.
Bunch of like misty clouds, sort of like sweeping by, and there's a breeze because Batman's cape is fluttering in the wind.
It's cool.
Yeah, you want me to do the?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. The Joker, grim jester, arch criminal, master fiend, brings down on his head the wrath of a nation when he attempts a crime so terrible it angers even the president himself. A sharp command, and the greatest manhunt of all time is on. For the Joker must be caught. But it is the Batman and Robin who write the amazing and nerve-tingling finish to the Joker's mad flight. And to fit the cross-country crimes.
Excellent. That last sentence is kind of awkward, though.
It is awkward.
Yeah.
It almost tripped me up for a second.
They're always writing those to be in a way that no sane person would ever say things.
It works for the Joker.
It does. All right. So,
I like him, though.
synopsis. Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson are at home when they overhear on the radio that the head of the FBI wants to meet Batman and Robin in Washington, D.C. at the president's request. So they arrive to find that a parade is being held in their honor. They meet the head of the FBI, and the parade is cut short when he is shot in the shoulder by the Joker. The president orders a manhunt for the Joker. Batman and Robin get in the car to look for him when they hear that the Joker himself is on the radio teasing them. They get to the radio station too late, but they find a clue left behind. It's a Joker card with the state of New Jersey on it, and the word new is conspicuously crossed out. Batman and Robin go to New Jersey, but they can't find the Joker. So they decide to resume the hunt in the morning, and they go and see a play as Bruce and Dick. In the middle of the play, the actors are surprised when one of them pulls out a Tommy gun and starts demanding their jewels. He removes a mask to reveal he's actually the Joker. Batman and Robin swing down onto the stage. Joker takes Robin hostage, kicks him over, and makes his escape, but not before leaving a Joker card with the state of Ohio on it. A couple days later, in Ohio, Joker hires a couple of goons and asks them for tips for any upcoming scores. They tell Joker about a jeweler's convention in town. Joker gives them a couple of cigars to celebrate their upcoming score. They light them up, only to find out that they were poisoned and die. No way Joker is going to share the score. So a couple days later, excuse me, I already said that part. Later that night, Joker gets to work. He gets on the highway and he paints over the white stripe and makes one of his own, which would veer cars off of a cliff. Soon enough, the bus carrying all the jewels drives by and drives right off the cliff. Batman and Robin are driving nearby and they hear the crash. So they get out only to find Joker down below collecting the jewels. Joker shoots some diluted laughing gas at Robin. Batman chases Joker onto a cable box going up the mountain on a pulley system. He gets away and leaves his next clue. Kansas.
Oh, no.
Batman and Robin get to Kansas to find the police surrounding a building. They get inside and see Joker sitting on a chair, reading a newspaper. They run towards him, but are shocked by the floor. Literally. They wake up to find the next clue. A card with Delaware on it, with the D conspicuously crossed off. Batman looks at all the cards on a table to try to figure out why some of them have letters or words crossed out. And he figures it out. They're spelling his name. J in Jersey, O for Ohio, K for Kansas, E in Delaware. So naturally, the last state he's going to hit up, Rhode Island.
He's kind of reaching with this whole thing, but I like it. It works.
Yeah. So Batman puts on a really thinly veiled story in the newspaper to bait Joker about the Jonkers Diamond being held in the Frey Hotel in Providence, Rhode Island. And it works. Joker arrives just in time to be caught by Batman. Joker tries to get away. He jumps out a window onto a car and is caught by Batman and taken to Alcatraz prison. Joker vows to escape. The end.
This story kind of makes Joker out to be really stupid.
Yeah, that's exactly all I had to think about. It was like Joker, you took it out of my mouth. He was really reaching for it.
Yeah, he was.
I kind of felt like he thought of this plan, a statewide plan, and then he's like, I don't know what to do now that I just that was the only thing he had planned.
Well, it's like he thought of the plan, then he was like, damn it, there's no states that start with a J.
Yeah,
No duh.
Yeah, and it's like, what was it? E for Delaware? Like, really?
It's so stupid.
Is it that's the first one? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then not to mention in the end, when Batman leaves the trail for him in the newspaper, he does the whole Dracula Alucard thing. He puts his name in there as Batman backwards. Joker wouldn't figure that out. He uses the name Wreckage all the time.
Right? That's
like if I were Joker, or if I were the writers of this comic, when Joker gets nabbed by Batman, I would have him do a face palm and then just give up.
And this is this is the third or fourth time Batman did the planting a story in the newspaper to catch, like, bait Joker.
That's what I'm saying. Like Joker should have face palmed and then just put his hands out and been like, "Take me away."
Yeah, yeah. This is the dumbest Joker's been. Like you can take all of his like super master plans, but sometimes you just get like an idiot idea and you just roll with it.
Maybe he was so carried away with the whole Joker thing, and he was just trying to make it work so hard that he just didn't think.
Yeah, I wonder maybe too. Maybe he was already in Washington D.C.
Maybe.
and like that's when the parade started, and he had no idea. He's like, wait, what? They're holding a parade for Batman and Robin,
Yeah.
and then that's when he's like, all right, I got this stupid plan. All right, let me time to do this one.
Oh, by the way, I didn't pick this panel, but there's a panel like this, one of the first panels in the whole thing, where the president like sends the message to Batman and Robin that he wants to give them an award, and they are like grinning ear to ear. I've never seen Batman look so pleased with himself.
Yeah, yeah. I do like that the president of the United States is acknowledging Batman and Robin,
Yeah.
and they're gonna like throw a parade for him. I mean, this is like in real life, we're in the middle of World War II, and in comics, we have the president, he didn't form the JSA, but we got the JSA and All-Star Squadron.
Yeah.
They're out, fighting Hitler and doing all that,
But
at least as
Batman-
much as they can.
Batman needs an award
Yeah.
for not stopping the Joker.
You think Bruce Wayne's a draft dodger?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no way he's not.
Yeah, I had this idea.
He probably paid them off, actually. He probably just paid the U.S. government a bunch of money to not draft him.
Yeah, bone spurs.
Yeah.
I had this idea like a few months back, just to do like a throwback story, but like set in the 1970s or like late 60s.
Yeah.
Or late 60s. Vietnam era, and Dick Grayson gets drafted.
Oh, man.
And it would be a total classic Batman story. Like Bruce like does not want Dick to go to Vietnam.
Yeah.
But Dick, he's like patriotic. He doesn't want to not do it, so
That's good.
he goes like behind Bruce's back.
You've read like Thrill Killer Batman, like where they flip flop Batman and Batgirl and make Batgirl the main one and Batman the sidekick.
I haven't. No.
Oh, well, you should read it. But you could do that with that too. You could have Dick getting drafted and Batman or Dick, like Bruce is operating as Batman in Gotham, waiting for him to come back. And then when he comes back, Robin's the dark one because he's got PTSD and
Ooh.
Batman's got to hold him back.
Yeah.
Right?
That'd be cool.
That'd be good.
That'd be something.
Yeah.
Let's see what else I had on this one. Of course, my iPad had.
This is a cheesy story, but it does give me a lot of stuff to work with. Like you got that from it. How do you get that from it? I don't know. But
Well, that was something I thought of a long time ago.
But reading this kind of brought it up, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like even the dumb Joker stories and even like the dumb Batman stories, they still like get your brain like turning, and they give you like ideas for like how it could have been done better.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the nice thing about these two stories too, is like they're basic, but like there's a lot you can mine from them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different angles. Like I still have it sitting on my shelf. I need to read it. That one issue you let me borrow, where it's just the same Batman story retold by three different artists.
That's good.
Yeah, I
really
need to sit and read that one of these days.
Yeah, let's get into these panels.
Yeah. So we naturally always have a lot of panels.
Yeah, and we picked the same ones for the most part for this one.
Yeah. So we're gonna do we're gonna scroll through these, just pick our best three like of each story. So I mean, I guess that's still like 6 panels, but maybe less if we like both decide the same one. So you go first. I
mean, these are pretty quick to describe, a lot of these. Like
Yeah.
the first panel on here that we both picked is the Joker just standing there on a rooftop with a sniper rifle.
Yeah, that's badass.
Dude, the Joker literally just tricked Batman into almost letting this guy get assassinated.
It wasn't the president; it was the head of the FBI.
But still,
yeah.
Yeah, they called him like Mover
That's
instead of Hoover or something.
That's a significant target.
He's like, but he lures Batman there and then shoots the guy in Batman's arms, basically. I thought that was hilarious. I figured you would pick the next one.
Yeah, I liked the next one, especially just because like it's one of those where there's a lot of stuff happening. It's almost like a
You
thing.
pick all those.
I really like my favorite little part of this one. I mean, Joker's like standing there, like kind of triumph. He's not even triumphant. He's just cackling.
Yeah.
But it's the moment where he's like, I think within this moment he's at the radio station.
Yeah.
And one of the little squares within this page is the 2 radio towers, and like there's a signal going towards them, and the words "the Joker was last seen robbing" was like going down. Is really cool.
It is cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
They have this stylistic thing throughout this issue where the Batmobile's green too, which is weird.
I don't think that's the Batmobile. I think that's just a regular car.
Look at it underneath the Joker's legs here. It's got the fin on top.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's probably the Batmobile.
Yeah, they just like to change the color sometimes.
Yeah. I like the next panel I chose. It's Batman and Robin in the car. They're listening to the radio, and Joker's thing on the radio. But Batman's express, like, okay, out of context, this would kind of look like you're watching a sitcom
Mm-hmm.
and like the wife is driving home after like the dad or the husband like made an ass of himself like somewhere.
Yeah.
Like it's got that like Batman is the wife.
Yep.
And he's just like so angry, and Dick is like, "What did I do?"
He's just seething
Yeah,
like the mom from Malcolm in the Middle.
yeah,
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah. So it's just out of context. It's very silly.
Yeah, I so badly wanted to describe a bunch of these, but
All right, let's go for fuck
I
it.
like this next one because it's Batman and Robin swinging through an audience after like watching this play or whatever, and the Joker's just like firing his machine gun at them in a crowd full of people.
Yeah.
This is like the most chaotic thing that I think that's happened in public so far in one of these comics.
The Joker in the play, like he's wearing his classic purple cloak.
Yeah, the duster and the hat.
Yeah, but like the people didn't recognize him. Obviously, he's wearing a mask, but it kind of reminded me of there's like a very infamous moment in like WWE or WWF at the time where like I can't remember who, but like someone's going through the audience looking for Sting.
Yeah.
And there's a guy in a Sting mask in the audience, and then like he gets up and hits the guy in the face with a chair, and he takes the Sting mask to reveal that he's Sting.
Didn't Henry Cavill do that?
He did he didn't do that, but what Henry Cavill did was he was sitting in Times Square with the big Batman versus Superman, advertisement behind him.
Yeah,
Like,
with
the Superman logo is behind him.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there wearing a Superman shirt.
Yeah.
And just like in public. And I mean, granted, it's just a snapshot, but like, I don't remember if it's a snapshot or video, but like, it's definitely like, okay.
It's a selfie. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Bryan Cranston did that. He wore a Heisenberg mask to Comic-Con.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I just finished watching through Breaking Bad, and I'm on season 5 of Better Call Saul right now. So I'm like on a fever pitch with Breaking Bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you going to do the next one, or do you want to skip that?
Yes. Okay. Just because the Joker in Ohio is silly.
That could be the name of a comic, The Joker in Ohio.
This episode. I mean, you're listening to it, so it's already out. I'm just calling it The Joker Goes to Ohio.
Yeah. I don't need to. We don't really need to describe this one, but this is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Namtab. What kind of name is Namtab?
Yeah.
Clearly, it's Batman. If I saw that, I'd be like, that's just Batman backwards.
This is Joker. Just like he's off of. His brain is probably more crazy than normal because he's not even seeing connections.
No, really obvious ones too.
Yeah, like it's an off day for Joker.
Yeah.
I
love. You can describe this if you want, but I think we should just jump to the next one.
Well, I think I just chose this one just because it's Joker kicking Robin in the face.
There's a lot of Joker on Robin violence.
Yeah,
here.
it's just silly. It's just a kick in the face. I love it.
This next one though, this is like the start of something big here. Joker holding Robin hostage and threatening with bodily injury. This shot I feel like has been recreated at least once, where he's just like standing there with his duster on. He's got a Tommy gun pointed right at Robin. He's holding him hostage, and he's just saying that like he's gonna kill him.
Yep.
And Batman's like, no. He says, you.
Yeah, Dick definitely had a lot more deadly run-ins with Joker before Jason, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't really read many Jason stories, but I'm sure that like
yeah, he does. Jason really just has like
Jason got like
major one.
Yeah, Jason got the major one, but like Dick had so many more close calls.
I think the thing I won't get into it, but I was gonna say I think Joker knew that they were different. When he realized that they were different people, that's when he decided to take it out on him. Right? He's
Probably.
like, oh, it's the new kid.
Yeah, just to fuck with Batman.
Yeah.
So I think you chose this next one.
I did. I just like the imagery. It has nothing to do.
A free jaw massage.
Yeah, I thought the free jaw massage was funny.
Yeah, that's
Joker's like, I'll give you a free haircut, haha. And Batman's like, how about a free jaw massage, MFer?
Yeah, that's definitely not any innuendo there.
No, they're literally just talking about shooting and punching each other.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
I think I chose this next one of Joker.
I did too.
Drawing the line. It's
straight up Looney Tunes.
It's straight up Looney Tunes, but also it's like it's really evil and simple and effective, and he straight up killed all the people in the car.
It's really dark. It's definitely like a Joker thing to do, but it's also something that like Wile E. Coyote would do to the Roadrunner.
Yeah. It's and it's kind of banal. Like it's like all those things.
It's like it is something that would happen in Looney Tunes, but in Looney Tunes, the Roadrunner would just like not fall for it, and then Wile E. Coyote would get hurt, and in here, everybody dies and Joker gets his way.
I saw a video online. I think it was in Mexico. Somebody like drew like a nice portrait of like just kind of like a horizon on a wall,
Oh shit!
and a car did it. Like it looked realistic, so a car just crashed right into it.
Murder.
I mean, he wasn't going very fast, so it wasn't like a gory video or anything like that. But like it's just like that can happen in real life.
Yep. This next one I picked, it's really cool looking. It's just Batman and Joker running across the roofs of cars.
Mm-hmm.
That's all there is. That's all there is to it. They're chasing each other across the roofs of cars.
Not to spoil the next issue that we're covering, but like both stories kind of had a very similar like finale where they're just like going around like the cable, like they're jumping off the cliff,
just chasing each other and
chasing
beating
off
each
in
other
the
up.
cars. Yeah,
they're always chasing each other.
Mm-hmm.
This is great. This last one.
Yeah,
it's pretty stupid, but I love it.
Batman taking Joker to Alcatraz.
He's dragging him by the back of his shirt, which he does a lot in Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
But I just love the stupid line here where he's like, "There's another bit of territory that has an R in it, Alcatraz." It's bad.
Batman had to do some reaching himself. He's like, you know what? If Joker half-assed it, so can I.
Yeah, right. If you can pick any letter you want, I'm gonna pick this letter.
Alcatraz was in San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
So they end in Rhode Island, and he went all the way. Well, I mean, it's a federal prison. Was Alcatraz a federal? I'm pretty sure it was.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I think this would be tried federally since he shot the head of the FBI and he did like a cross country crime spree. So yeah, this would be tried federally,
definitely.
So I mean, yeah, they would definitely take him to Alcatraz, but like, why wouldn't they take him somewhere closer, like Rikers in New York?
Well, because Alcatraz, the name, and it's like notorious. That's why.
Yeah. All right. So that was That was Batman number 8. Yeah. And I'm forgetting to do the mid roll. We're rusty today.
That's all right.
So forgive us. It's been like a hell of a week. You can tell this episode's way late. So we're going to take a quick break and then get into Detective Comics number 64. So yeah, this episode, I mean, like this story was far more thought out, I think.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think we'll give our final thoughts at the end, but it's a far better story.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back.
We are back
with Detective Comics number 64.
Mm-hmm.
The Joker Walks the Last Mile. Art by Bob Kane, Jerry Robinson, and George Russos. Written by Bill Finger. That hasn't really changed a whole lot recently.
No, there was like a spat of writers that was a little bit, different than Bill Finger, but
yeah, here and there.
Was when primarily when Penguin came by.
Yeah,
which I hope we get more Penguin soon.
I'm sure we will. He's a Bob Kane favorite.
Yeah. So since it's Detective Comics, we have a new cover.
Yeah,
and then I forgot to say what month. Let's see. This is a June 1941. No, 42.
This is an interesting cover too.
Yeah, like this doesn't happen in none in the recent issues. Like there was one where he goes to Linda Page's uncle's what I was about to say plane store.
Well, but this is supposed to be the bat plane. It just doesn't look anything like it. It's got the eyeballs on it.
Yeah,
it's got like the little squinty eyes.
Yeah. So
probably a guest cover artist.
Maybe it does seem a little different. So basically, the bat plane is like they're inside of a warehouse. It looks like. There's a fire going on. Robin is in the cockpit of the bat plane. It appears like a different one. Batman is like jumping up, but it kind of looks like I can't tell if his hands behind his back.
I think he's put his hands on his hips and he's standing on one of the wings.
It's an awkward pose.
It's definitely. That's why I'm saying it's probably a guest artist.
Yeah.
This cover though, it looks like an older Detective Comics cover.
Yeah.
It's got like all the gangsters pointing guns and everything.
Yeah. Maybe this is like a repurposed one, or
Maybe.
something that they like had an idea for. Yeah, there's a bunch of gangsters with Tommy guns, and I don't know. Like it almost seems like Batman's hands are supposed to be like tied behind his back, but I don't see any rope. And
That's why I think he's just like got his hands on his hips, like, "Hey
yeah,
guys."
yeah, just casual plain fire. All right, but now we got the splash page, which is very interesting.
It's a little confusing, but I like it.
Yeah, it looks so it looks like it takes place inside of like a movie theater or at least a dark room, and is a camera film projector projecting on the wall. It's a dark room. On the wall is being projected a photograph, or at least a short film. I'm gonna go with photograph of Joker robbing a store and Batman robbing or jumping towards it. But in the room itself is a crowd of policemen who are basically just they're about to jump the Joker.
I love it.
Like he's just sitting on a little bar stool, and they're about to like get him.
It looks like he's laughing or something too, because he got his hands thrown up in the air and
Yeah,
he's like tilting back on it, and they're all just like lunging towards him with their fists and their batons.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit. Like this is part of his plan.
Well, and then it says like confess, confess, confess,
Yes.
confess all over the place.
Yeah, and we will find out why. Oh wait, we have this. We have the thing.
Yeah, this is a cool one too. I like.
Yeah,
this
this
one.
is-
It's a little
yeah.
different. I'm
So let me
jealous.
get this one. Obituary. Last night at 12:05 a.m., a master criminal was led to the electric chair where he paid the supreme penalty for his crimes. After years of daring exploits which only the Batman and Robin could hold in check, the career of the king of crime is ended. The Joker is dead. For any other man, this obituary would spell the finish of his story. But for the master of mockery, it is only the beginning of a weird adventure when the Joker walks the last mile.
Nice.
How's it
That's
go?
one of two that you've been able to get through all the way.
Yeah.
But that one was pretty straightforward. I like that one. A
Yeah,
lot.
that one reads normally.
It does.
Yeah, and I think the framing of it being like an obituary like helps.
Yep. FYI, you wrote the synopsis for this one, so
Yeah.
sorry if I butcher it. I really wish I had the time to write this one though, because it's so good. I would have gotten overly descriptive on it, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's been a hectic week.
Yeah. The Joker paces around his hideout, feeling uneasy. He has money, but it's useless to him. He can't do anything like a normal person, like go see a movie or go to a baseball game. So he comes up with a plan. The Joker must die. So the next day, he goes to the police station and turns himself in. He confesses to hundreds and hundreds of crimes. The news spreads. The police give public tours to the jail to see the Joker, and even Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson pay him a visit. The Joker is eventually given the death penalty. He's overjoyed. He's taken to the electric chair. The switch gets pulled, and soon he is pronounced dead. Moments later, Joker's goons break into the morgue and take Joker's body. They get into a private ambulance and give him a serum, inject him with a serum that brings him back to life.
No,
This-
he they put it in his mouth.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't inject him. This, of course, was only possible because Joker took a pill that would keep him from truly dying in the chair. I have no idea how that's possible, but we'll go with it.
Yeah, it's magic, whatever.
The next day, Joker, alive and well, goes out of town. He visits a jewelry shop, or out on the town. He visits the jewelry shop and looks at some watches. Batman and Robin show up and beat him up and take him to the police. But it turns out Joker can't go back to prison due to double jeopardy. Technically, since he's already paid for his crimes, he's a free man. The dynamic duo get in disguise and take turns stalking the Joker's apartment, waiting for him to slip up. Joker isn't fooled. He can spot the detectives. Joker communicates to his goons outside by turning the lights off and on, like Morse code. Bruce and Dick take a break from recon and decide to go see an ice show. They get to the rink a little early. The Joker comes by with a ticket for a seat in their box. Just as the show begins, pipes under the ice burst, causing a commotion. I think the pipes are like overheating or something, right?
Yeah, the goons had it like rigged
Yeah,
to
they
like
heat up the ice.
blow up.
Masked robbers come out and steal from the audience, and in what appears to be an ironic twist, they rob Joker of his gold wristwatch. The dynamic duo sneak away and suit up and fight back. The lights go out and the robbers get away. The owner of the skating rink asks the patrons what was robbed so that their insurance company can compensate them. The Joker later comes by and shakes Batman's hand and thanks him for the help. Joker leaves, but Batman isn't fooled. They decide to go back to Joker's apartment. Batman realizes that Joker was signaling his goons with the light signal. He breaks into Joker's apartment, and as soon as he gets inside, the lights come on, and Joker is waiting for Batman with a bunch of police officers. And as far as the police are concerned, Batman just broke into an innocent man's apartment, and they are compelled to arrest him. Like, why are they all just standing there waiting for Batman to break in? Is what I want to know.
I think the way Joker basically planned it was he's like, hey, listen, this guy's been harassing me, and I think he's gonna break into my apartment.
Why would they? Why would anybody be like, okay, we'll come wait next to you, Joker?
I don't know. I'm sure like the cops were like,
like, whatever.
This is Joker. This is weird, but
yeah,
screw it. Let's check it out.
It's ridiculous. Batman asks for them to wait just a minute so he can explain himself. Joker pulls out his wristwatch to point to it and gesture about the time. When Batman points out that Joker has the watch that was supposedly stolen from him, the police realize that Batman is right and go to arrest and shoot the Joker, but he jumps out a window. Joker lands on someone's car and hijacks it. Batman gives chase in the Batmobile, but loses Joker. He gets in the Batplane and coordinates with Robin, who is driving the Batmobile, to locate him. They eventually find him when his car goes over a cliff, and Joker catches hold of a power line. Can you even hold a power line without dying?
I believe the way it works is because birds are on power lines, right?
Yeah, but they weigh like nothing.
Well, it's not about weight. It's about the currents, right?
Oh.
So you can, I mean, don't do this, but from what I understand is you can hold one of them, right?
Yeah.
But if you hold two, you will get electrocuted.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's
why I'm not going to try that.
That is why birds are fine and not dying all the time.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah.
Robin jumps out into the air and catches a rope hung down by the Batplane and delivers a swift kick into the Joker's face, and Joker falls down into the ocean. Batman and Robin can't find the Joker's body. They wonder if he's dead. Well, it appears that he's in his hideout a week later, looking annoyed, and that, once again, he's a haunted man. The end. I wish they wouldn't have shown that. It would have been a proper ending for him to just fall into the ocean and disappear again.
Well, that's the thing. I liked that it undid the usual one where he always falls into the ocean, or a bottomless pit.
They're like, is he dead?
Is he dead? We don't think he is, but maybe, hopefully.
Yeah.
This one's like, no, he's fine. He's just there. I love that.
He's just ticked off. Yeah. He's good.
Also, something I didn't realize until just now, because I read these stories a couple days apart.
Yeah.
But in the last one, Joker kicked Robin in the face.
Yeah, and then this one he kicks him in the face.
Yeah, so
I know I was gonna say something about that too.
He got his revenge.
I feel like it should be the other way around, and then like Joker kicking him in the face, he's like, "This is for what you did earlier."
Yeah,
I
mean, there's such a loose continuity, so I don't know which. This story came out actually. I think this one came out second. Yeah. Because
regardless of the order they're published in, I feel like they play around with the continuity and they can write them in kind of whatever order they want.
Yeah. It's all very fast and loose.
Definitely.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this one?
I only had one thing that I really wanted to say about it. I mean, besides the fact that it's awesome, like the Joker, like putting himself to death so that he can like be not held liable for crimes.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet. But this is like the backstory for Igor in Son of Frankenstein. Igor, like everybody thinks Igor and they think like the Mel Brooks Frankenstein movie. That's not Igor, okay, people. Igor is Bela Lugosi, and his whole thing is that he was put to death for like his crimes, and they hung him by the neck, but he didn't die. Somehow his neck broke, but he's just hobbling around like a hunchback or like a hunched neck, I guess. And he talked like this because his neck is screwed up. But nobody can hold him liable for his crimes ever again because he was already sentenced to death and survived.
That's why usually they say, well, I don't think that's why, obviously, but I mean, oftentimes I'll hear the verbiage, hanged until you are dead.
Right. They hanged him until they thought he was dead, and then he just didn't die.
Yep.
So,
I mean, double jeopardy in real life does not work this way.
No.
But, no. I mean, it doesn't work this way. I mean, like he would have, I don't know if anything has happened like this before in real life.
Probably not.
I'd have to do research.
I don't think there's any possible way you can sit in the electric chair and actually get electrocuted to death and then just like take a vial and be fine.
Well, the vial, no, but I think if they like fucked up the electric chair and like just there, I think there might have been one case where a guy like got like not electrocuted to death, but really fucked up, but he lived,
Yeah.
and they basically just let him free.
You said fuck. I censored myself twice in the last.
That's not even the first time I've said it this time.
I
This
know.
episode.
I
Yeah.
felt like I should have censored myself. I shouldn't have. I should have just said it.
No, I marked this show explicit.
That's true. Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I mean, it's not
Shit.
it's not a show where we're just like sitting, cursing up a storm, but
No, I
like
know.
whatever.
It's
We're
good.
adults.
It's all good. I
Yeah.
guess I'm fine.
Oh yeah. That's actually something. Another thing I think I thought about this too, because like all these characters, they want to be like master criminals and steal all this money, but they can't really do anything with it. Like
Right.
they can't just be normal people, and that's something I liked about this story is that Joker, he's like pacing around his apartment. He's like, "What good is the money? I can't just do things
Yeah.
with it." So I liked that. Like, he's like, "Okay, well, guess I'll just be a normal person." But he doesn't do it for very long because I guess he's just compelled to do crimes.
This made me think they should do a story where Joker dies and like leaves a bunch of like clues behind or leaves behind like a will and like promises all his belongings and like his possessions and money to people just so that he has like something to do, so like when people come and take it all, he can like hunt it back down and reclaim it all.
Mm.
I think that would be
I could see
hilarious.
that, or like he does that, but he sets it up in a way that causes a lot of chaos.
Like they're all booby trapped or something.
No. Like people are like, so like he like promises, oh yeah, go here and you'll find all this money.
Mm-hmm.
So it causes like a fervor, and a lot of people go like really violent to try to like steal the money.
Yeah.
Like that could be cool because like obviously like that would be something he would love. Like his death causes chaos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Here, let's get into these panels.
yeah, let's get into the panels. Yeah, this first panel, I didn't even notice it like my first time reading it. I noticed it today when I was like going over, make sure I didn't miss anything. And then I saw that I'm like, holy shit, this panel.
Yeah. Like what's not to like about it?
Yeah. So it's Joker. He's lighting up a cigarette. I mean, the cigarette lighter's got like a little J on it, which is a nice touch.
Mm-hmm.
But Joker, like the smoke coming out of the cigarette, it makes a skull.
And it's green.
He has this green skull. It's so insanely badass. It would make for a good tattoo.
It is really cool. And like the green coming at like smoke green, it's like this nasty, like gross, toxic sludge green too.
Yeah, it's very Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is such a good one.
I love this next panel too so much.
Yeah, so is Joker. He's in the confession booth. What is this, church? He's, what do they call it? Interrogation room
Yeah.
at the police station. He's confessing to all his crimes, and like they're like making like they're like 3 like thick books. Like I love
3
it.
volumes worth of his confessions.
Yeah, like
and they're just like, when is he ever gonna stop?
Joker could have actually. You know what? I don't think you can. I was gonna say he could have like published like when he was a free man, he could have published the books, but I believe maybe not at this time, but I believe there's a law that says you can't like profit off of like your crimes in like this fashion. But
You
I
can't
don't know,
profit off of your own crimes. Only other people can.
something like that. Yeah, I think that's why OJ did If I Did It.
Yeah. Isn't that like the same thing? He's just saying if.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's the same thing.
Well, have you ever seen the cover for that book?
Yeah, I've definitely
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah, the if is very, very, very small.
It's like totally something the Joker would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. OJ
So-
Simpson is OJ. J-O. No. I'm just
I
kidding.
think the actually the Brown family like made sure like the if was small. I don't remember.
Yeah, they did. Because they published his book and they made the money off of his book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
We want to describe the next one?
Yeah. It's just someone saying, I sentence you to death. And then Joker's like, ha ha ha. He's laughing.
It's a judge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. I see the gavel in his hand. I just love that he's laughing as he's being sentenced to death.
It's so funny. Like only Joker would be like, it worked.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
You picked this one. I think you picked the next 2, 3.
Yeah. The next one is Batman putting a trash can over the Joker's head.
Mm-hmm.
This was when Joker is a technically free man and he's at the jewelry store.
Yep.
So Batman just assaulted an innocent man technically.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. The next one I picked just because I mean, granted it's part of the ploy, but I like the irony of the Joker being the one robbed. Though, like in the comic, he says that it's like his gold wristwatch.
Yeah.
But then later on, when he like pulls the wristwatch, like pulls the watch out, it's like this It says there's like a white stopwatch
He
or
probably,
pocket
yeah,
watch.
that's true. They probably just mistyped or something.
Yeah.
But I like how he's holding like a handkerchief in front of his face, and he's like, "Oh no, not me!"
Mhm.
Like it's so melodramatic.
Yep.
This is an outrage. Joker, come on.
I definitely picked the next one. I don't know if you would have too.
Yeah,
But I love this one as Joker being like, "Well, if it isn't my old enemy, Batman and Robin, so glad to see you." And Batman's like, "Hello, Joker."
Did you notice how like in these panels where he's like good apparently or whatever, like his red lipstick isn't red. Like
Yeah.
they forget to color it.
Yeah, he's like he definitely looks a little off.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yep.
And also he's not wearing like the big old wide brim hat. He's got like this normal little fedora on.
yeah, it's still purple, but yeah.
Yeah.
Joker's just I love plots like this. It's definitely the kind of thing that Batman 66 show like drew a lot from was when like Batman, he's got his hands tied behind his back, like legally speaking.
Yep.
And like the villains are just kind of doing their own thing.
I love that too, especially the way Adam West speaks when he's like that.
Yeah.
He's like very ticked off.
Yep. Did you do this one?
Oh, no.
No?
But I think it's great.
It's a good one. I don't remember why I chose it.
Because they're breaking into the Joker's apartment.
It is the Batman, breaking into the Joker's apartment.
Yeah.
It's a nice little like outside shot.
I think the rest of these are mine, so.
Wait. So I know we both would have done this one. I forgot to pull
love
it up.
that one.
So describe this one while I get the thing that it reminds me of.
It's just like this close up of Joker's face, and he's talking about how he's doomed to a living death. You know, death. But it's I don't know. I just love that classic like golden age Joker face with the overly huge smile and like that fat nose and like his cartoonish eyes. It's beautiful.
So there is this amazing webcomic called Tales Got Trolled.
Mm-hmm.
And the art is very like it's very, very, very amateurish, right?
Sounds good.
And it's basically the story about Sonic the Hedgehog's friend getting trolled by internet trolls.
Yeah.
But like they're like troll people. And him getting his revenge. And it pulls in characters from like everything, right?
Yep.
And like
It's like that Mr. Boop comic.
kind of, but it's like it's very sincere. And
So was Mr. Boop.
Mr. Boop is sincere, but like this was drawn like this is like very amateurish, but like it's very fascinating. I'd have to show it to you. It's like so good.
I'm sure I'll like it.
Like it shouldn't work, but it does. And the guy writing it, like he's I'm trying to figure out like a nice way of saying it. He's definitely very much on a spectrum, and this is like definitely him like working out like his trauma and like
Cool.
this shouldn't work. But anyways, Bugs Bunny is in it. Is in the comic.
Bugs Bunny and the Joker have a little bit too much in common, anyways.
They do. But this
Oh, I can see it right
this
there.
drawing of
The way that he draws Bugs Bunny. Holy crap.
this drawing of Bugs Bunny of Joker looks just like this one of Bugs Bunny and Tails Got Trolled.
Now I want to see Bugs Bunny with the Joker get up on.
Yeah, that would be great. But it's it's one of the more famous panels from Tails Got Trolled, and it's Bugs Bunny looking, and he says, "I used to be trolled, but I found a way to stop it. I do all kinds of stupid and gay shit. They can't troll you if you dress up as a girl and kiss them. I don't like doing it, but it works."
That's totally Bugs Bunny right there.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so good.
Also, that's very much the Joker, so
yeah.
yep.
It's a great comic. I'll have to send you some videos about it. Like I could just send you the
Just
comic.
send me the comic, I'll read it, and then you can send me the videos later.
Yeah, it's like it's so funny. Like it's like ironic, but also legitimately funny. Like I can't describe it. There's nothing else like it. All right. And I lost my place on my thing. So our next panel.
We got two more panels here, and I picked them both.
Yeah, this one's just fucking badass.
This next one is just like really dark.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this old, wrinkly old man flipping the switch on the electric chair, and it says, "A switch is pulled. Titanic bolts of electricity crackle through the Joker's body." And then in the background, you see like the shadow of the electric chair with the Joker in it, and he's like got his fingers all like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like this sort of like electrified lines around the shadow, like it's like the electricity is casting light, and there's smoke coming off of him, like there's like his flesh is smoking, you know.
And the cop is drawn like in. He's
Really
very
dark.
shadowed, but he's like drawn very like he looks very old, but like it's so like detailed.
It's like he's like, I've seen a lot of shit. You know, like he's
Yeah.
got that like, grizzled, sort of haggard look to him.
Yeah, it looks like this panel must have been like where they put like all not to say
All
that
the effort.
yeah, not saying that this was poorly drawn. Like this is an excellently drawn
It's the
episode,
money shot for
but
sure.
this is like the money shot.
It's very Sin City esque.
Yeah, like this has great art.
And then this last one, this is a joke. I just put this in here because every time I watch Batman and Robin, I'm like, Batman and Robin never ice skate and fight villains, but yet here they are ice skating and fighting villains.
Yep.
Like, come on.
Like that movie is definitely comic accurate to
To a certain degree.
a very certain specific degree.
Yeah, I'd say it very much reflects a certain version of Batman.
Yeah.
Although they could have cast a better actor as Batman. So
Yeah, that I still need to sit and rewatch it because I have not seen Batman and Robin since the 90s.
I rewatch it a lot, and I always feel the
Yeah.
same about it. I like it, but I don't like George Clooney.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
All right, so we're gonna take another break to, drink some seltzer, and we're gonna get back to World's Finest number 3. It's the Scarecrow story. So this is the first time this is the first time we've done World's Finest on this this podcast. 'Cause last time we visited this was World's Fair comic.
Yeah, so this is the first World's Finest we're doing, but it's technically not because the World's Fair is the beginning of the World's Finest. It turns into the World's Finest.
Yeah, something I didn't even realize this whole until we started doing this. I always thought World's Finest comic. I mean, Batman and Robin are always on, and Superman are always on the covers.
Yeah.
I just assumed that like every story, every issue would have Batman, Robin, and Superman in an adventure together.
Right.
But I looked into it like a while ago, and there won't Batman, Superman, and Robin won't have a story together until like 1951 or something like that.
Right. Well, it's because I think the title is like a weird twist on words. It's not saying that they're the world's finest, even though they are. I think it's saying that it's the world's finest comic book characters coming together in one comic.
Yeah, I think it's like both of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just always under the impression
Right.
that it was like a shared like it's basically just a story.
Because that's like what we grew up on is the world's finest being Batman and Superman
Yeah.
stories together.
Yep.
You know, like
I mean, nowadays, even from our perspective, Batman and Superman are inseparable. So
pretty much.
yeah. So I'll have you read the.
I'll read it. Do you want to
yeah.
describe it? Because it's pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Okay, so it's the splash page. Oh, by the way, this is World's Finest Comics number 3, The Riddle of the Human Scarecrow, art by Bob Kane, Jerry Robinson, George Russos, written by Bill Finger, and I forgot to put what date it was, but
It's all good.
yeah, and I think it's somewhere at least in 1941.
Fall of 1941.
Yep. So it's Batman and Robin running up a hill, like I guess a dark haunted hill, and there's a giant scarecrow, like at least 20, 30-foot scarecrow. He's like arms and legs are kind of splayed out, like kind of almost like a zombie pose.
Like a scarecrow.
Like I mean, scarecrow. I don't know. I always picture scarecrows kind of like hunched over. But
Yeah. Sometimes they're like on like almost like a crucifix
yeah,
type thing.
yeah. And behind, he's like standing in front of a full moon. There's a couple bats there. I mean, there's like dark and creepy, dead trees.
Yeah. I love the purple sky though.
It's spooky.
Yeah.
We were planning on doing like spooky sound effects for this one. And like I went on like online to like try to find some. The websites are annoying, but I like read the issue and like the story, and then it's just like it's not that spooky.
No, the spookiest thing is the splash page.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will let you read the narration thingy.
All right. Across the Batman's horizon moves a new and terrible figure, a fantastic figure of burlap and straw, with a brain cunning and distorted. Who is this figure whose very ludicrous appearance inspires fear, symbolizes fear, fear incarnate, fear walking the streets of Gotham City? It is the most terrible, most bizarre of all criminals, the criminal all will learn to fear and call the Scarecrow. Like a real scarecrow, he looms bold and frightening, scaring the fluttering inhabitants of the city. Yet, from the flock rise the winged, cloaked Batman and Robin to challenge and combat the eerie power of the Scarecrow.
The Scarecrow.
The Scarecrow.
It's weird that it says it like there twice. Kind of weird there.
They way overuse the word fear in this issue, but I love it.
Yep. Okay, I do have one tangentially spooky sound effect on this.
You do.
Holy cross!
By the way, did you notice like the little image in the bottom where it's like talking about Jonathan Crane as a kid? There's a scarecrow in the background and a bat.
Yep.
And I think maybe a little robin too. There's a little bird in there.
Robins are red. I think this is just like a dove.
Are they red? I thought they just had like red
No, they're
bellies.
Well, I mean they have red to it. But this is clearly a dove, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, there's a bird and a bat and a scarecrow. So
Yep. So let's get in. I'll read the synopsis now.
go for it.
Jonathan Crane, college professor, is giving his class a lecture about the concept of fear. He demonstrates the fear response by pulling out a handgun and shooting a vase. Sometime later, after the class ends, he overhears some of his colleagues. What a weird typo there. He overhears some of his colleagues gossiping about him, wondering why Crane chooses to spend his entire salary on books instead of using some of it to update his shabby old wardrobe. Crane thinks they're all fools. He ponders at home, realizing that he could use his strange looks to dress up as a scarecrow and get hired by businessmen to scare their competitors for money. So the next day, he dons a scarecrow costume and visits businessman Frank Kendrick. Frank's business partner, Paul Harold, is about to sue him. Scarecrow offers to scare Paul so that he drop his lawsuit, to which he agrees. So Crane visits Harold's apartment and shoots him in the shoulder, warning him that he'll kill him if he doesn't drop the lawsuit. Batman and Robin just happen to be nearby and overhear the gunshot. They swing by and find the Scarecrow, but he gets away. The shooting makes the newspapers. Kendrick is suspected to be behind the shooting, but there's no evidence. That night, Crane visits Harold and kills him. Kendrick is shaken. He didn't expect the Scarecrow to actually kill Harold. The next day, Crane is called to the college president's office, and he's fired for his erratic behavior and shooting in the class,
Of course.
which is just an insane thing. Anyway.
You said he like shot the vase, but he pulled a gun out and pointed it at the class and said, "How do you feel about this?" Basically.
More or less, yeah. But Crane doesn't care that he got fired. In fact, he flashes a wad of cash and he leaves. Later on, Bruce Wayne visits the college as naturally he's friends with the college president. And the president tells Bruce that things are pretty boring in his life, but he did mention how Crane had waved all that cash in his face, which gets Bruce thinking. The Scarecrow makes his next visit to a man named Richard Dodge, owner of a failing department store. He hires Scarecrow to go to his rival's department store and scare everyone inside. Scarecrow jumps in the store and starts throwing around smoke bombs. Minutes later, Batman and Robin arrive to find Scarecrow smashing the place up. Batman fights Scarecrow while Robin is busy fighting store security. Scarecrow is about to shoot Batman when Robin notices and rolls a bowling ball and strikes the Scarecrow. Scarecrow throws a bomb at Batman and Robin, but Robin shoots it. Scarecrow throws a bomb at Batman, but Robin shoots it with an arrow. Scarecrow gets away amidst the chaos. A police sergeant asks an employee if Scarecrow stole anything, to which she tells him only a couple of books. Batman suspects Crane, so he puts on a disguise and visits Crane, saying that his car broke down and he needed to use his phone. So Crane begrudgingly lets him in, but tells him, be quick. Batman leaves, confirming that Crane is the Scarecrow. But Crane was not fooled at the disguise and knew that the guy was Batman. So Crane puts on his Scarecrow outfit and he goes outside. He finds Batman and they fight in the playground. Scarecrow knocks Robin down, but then a swing set knocks Crane in the back of his head. Batman and Scarecrow struggle over a gun, and as he's hunched over, Robin jumps on a seesaw and pulls Scarecrow up. Batman delivers a final blow and drags Scarecrow to jail. The end.
That's right, and what an end it was. I don't think this is the first time the Batman's thrown a swing at someone's head either, or Robin. It's happened before.
The closest I can think of, not that I doubt you, the closest I can think of is similar to this is that one time where Joker threw the boomerang in the costume shop and Batman ducked and the boomerang hit Joker in the back of the head.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe. But I mean, maybe there's a swing set involved.
I swear there's a swing set involved in another issue of Batman.
Yeah.
We've read a lot already, so
Yeah.
it's already hard to keep track.
It's weird how simple Scarecrow's first appearance is.
Yeah, he's just a murderer.
Well, not
And
quite.
You said he's an extortionist, right?
Yeah. I think the first panel of him where it's showing his, his childhood and how he liked to what does it say? He liked to frighten birds. Okay, so he's not killing birds. I mean, they always say like, serial killers often start by killing small animals. They just say he likes to frighten them like a scarecrow.
Yeah.
I think the murder just came kind of tangentially. Like, I don't think he specifically cares to murder. He just does it and doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. I can see that. Like, if it's a byproduct of what he's trying to do, which is just create fear and panic.
Yeah, like he's like, I killed him, so what? He's not doing it for the joy of it. He just got the money. Like, it's just a means to an end.
He's a bit of a psychopath, but maybe he's not. He's a killer.
Yeah,
but he's not a murderer because he's not doing it on purposely.
He's a murderer. No, he's a murderer.
Yeah, but I mean, like he's not a serial killer, I guess.
Yeah,
he's not out killing people on purpose. He's out trying to cause fear and panic, and then people die.
Yeah, the fear is the point. It's not the killing.
Yeah.
But it's definitely way simpler than what he evolves to be.
Yeah, well, because he's not a psychiatrist.
Yeah,
he's just like a crazy professor.
Like he's still got the fetish around fear.
Yeah,
but they change him up to be like about specifically crafting his like scaring people around their specific phobias.
Right.
And this one he just kind of just does bullshit to just jump scares and just rattle people without really like being tied to any specific thing.
Weirdly, I feel like the Scarecrow kind of reverts back to this later on in Batman comic books. Like when the stories focus on him, that's definitely how he is. He's all about the oddly specific phobias for each person. But then when you have him in like Batman Begins, right?
Yeah.
But then when you have him as like the secondary villain, like you have in The Dark Knight, he's really just out causing general chaos. He's not working on people's oddly specific fears. He just likes to cause fear, and if people die, they die.
Yeah.
So it's like not quite who he is, but he kind of becomes that later anyways.
Yeah. Do you have any other specific thoughts on this issue?
No, I liked it.
Yeah.
But it's so weird that you have like this perfect Joker right off the bat. You have this perfect Penguin Catwoman right off the bat, and then like Scarecrow's a little off. But
yeah, I mean, there's so many villains, so you can't get them all right on the first shot.
Yeah, I know they reintroduce him later and they fix it.
Yeah.
So.
Also, well, I mean, we'll get more into that in the battles.
Visually, he looks exactly how you would expect.
Yeah.
Even Jonathan Crane.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get right into the panels. So I think that I picked this first one just because actually let's see, they judge human values by money. If I had money, they'd respect me, and if I could buy more books, yes. If I had only the money, lots of money, yeah. I think I just picked it just because like I liked his appearance is great.
I like it too, but because it shows how it's the first time you see how twisted he is because he's just like they just care about money.
Yeah,
like not about books. Like that's too simple of a way to view the world. That, like you care about books and they care about money. No, come on.
Yeah. I definitely had to put in the whole sequence where he shoots the vase in the class.
I did too.
Like, I'm not gonna bring up like how insane that would be in today's world, but like it's crazy that they didn't even fire him until like a day or two later.
I know. He literally pulls a gun on his students and he says, "Notice this gun. Should I point it at you?"
Yeah, the police would be there dragging him out within like moments.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe not even today. I don't know.
He's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Point is, he's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did you do this one or did I do this one?
I did this one because look at how many times he says afraid. I'm just gonna read it because he says he makes people afraid, so that they pay him. He makes them afraid, and he gets money, lots of money, because people are afraid of him. Like, I want to count how many times afraid is said in this issue.
It's a very heated, like, thing to say, but he also, like, throughout the whole issue, he's just kind of keeps his cool and his calm.
The way he talks, too, though, like, it seems like he's keeping his cool and his calm, but, like, he's very erratic. His speaking is very erratic. It's kind of like those splash panel blurbs sometimes. It's hard to read because he's just like pausing and repeating himself.
Yeah, he definitely would be something you'd keep your eye on in real life.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see.
This one's just a visual. I picked a lot of these just purely based on visual. The rest of these are mine, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
This one's just Batman jumping off of a balcony towards Scarecrow, like he's gonna pummel him, and Scarecrow's firing a gun at him. It's just odd because you don't really, if you're a Batman fan and you haven't read these old comics, you don't think of Scarecrow firing guns at people, you know. But yet he does a lot here. And this next one, I'm surprised you didn't pick because it's a newspaper. And the front page says Scarecrow, and he's just like bursting through it.
Yeah, I do like that one a lot.
It's just one of those dramatized things. Like it wouldn't happen in the actual story, but it's cool to see.
Yeah.
And then it says like something about like this Scarecrow strikes again and again. And this other one's hilarious, but I think it's hilarious because they're always talking about how like Bruce Wayne is like this bored rich guy, and then here he is. He's like, "Hello, Martin. How are you?" Talking to like the dean or something.
Yeah,
and he's like, "What's new?" And then the dean's like, "Nothing much. We people of college usually lead fairly unexciting lives."
Yeah,
like nothing. I'm boring.
Yeah,
you know. But then Scarecrow's out here, Jonathan Crane, creating fear.
I'm the
havoc.
I'm the most white bread boring man on earth.
I'm boring. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Bruce.
Nice to see you again, Bruce.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. This one I can just skip. I just put it in there because Batman looks like a badass in it. He's so beefy.
He looks very beefy in this one. A little more so than normal. Like
beefy and gloomy as hell.
Like he's got no neck.
No, he doesn't. It's just head and shoulders, like the shampoo.
Yep.
This one I picked, like, I'm always picking panels where like Batman's like about to get shot or gets shot or whatever. But I like this one specifically because it's saying that a shot blasts past Batman's face as they lock in a terrible struggle. And it's like the gun, he's holding the gun next to his head and the shot is going off right in front of his head. And I can just imagine him being like deaf and his ears ringing.
Yeah.
Like, he's got his mouth open like that just happened. Like his ears are ringing.
I didn't notice till now, but does it seem like that Batman's ears are like shorter in this one?
They're
like,
short and they're like at a weird angle.
Yeah, it's like that very short. Yeah, the tiny ears in this one.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because it's in World's Finest. I mean, it's still the same people doing it. So, as far as we know.
Yeah. This next panel, you know, I think you might have picked this next one, actually.
I might have. I just like it. It's a good old, like, guy going insane. Yeah. Oh, you know why I chose this? Okay, so I look like a scarecrow. That will be my symbol. A symbol of poverty and fear combined. The perfect symbol, the Scarecrow. It's his I shall become a bat moment.
Yeah, it's his coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say about it, too.
Yeah.
That's why I like it as well.
It's very dramatic.
I shall become the Scarecrow.
If it were like shot like as like in video, like there would be wind blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool
good stuff.
I like the next I chose the next one just cuz I like it's just like it's almost like a shit post. It's like a flyby shooting. It was like the Scarecrow only warns once. And he just like walked right out.
Yep. Like, you know, I just realized something about that previous panel too. Like his shadow is cast on the wall and it's huge. Yeah. Like him becoming the Scarecrow makes him into something bigger than who he is.
Yeah, I think that's like it happens with Batman all the time.
Yeah.
I want it would be a really neat like visual cue in like some other comic where like we get a room full of people and only some of them have like secret identities or like other
and all their shadows
and
are
their
big.
shadows are big, yeah,
bigger than everybody else's.
You could tell who like the big wigs are, yeah. Anyway, so after that, I chose another one of just it's a badass one of just Joker, Scarecrow jumping over like a wall. It's just nicely drawn.
Yeah, they did a good job of showing how lanky and skinny and weird looking he is.
Yeah, with queer grasshopper leaps, the Scarecrow disappears into the black night. Grasshopper leaps. Yeah, I guess I mean he is kind of jumping like a grasshopper.
Yeah, he moves really awkwardly.
Yeah. And then after that,
I picked this one too, but I just cropped it down to the one where it says bullseye.
Yeah.
With the explosion, but it's really cool. Like Robin's got some damn good aim.
And then the next two are like this story is kind of goes all over the place, but I really like how silly it is that it ends in a freaking playground.
You know why I think it does? Because most of the story, it's like dark and they're talking about the Black Knight and, you know, he's fear. And then all of a sudden it's like on this bright, sunny day on a playground.
Yeah.
And it's like whooping his butt.
Like exposing him like in the daylight. I mean, like
it's like humiliating him and taking all the fear away.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's taken out by a swing set and a seesaw.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
not scary about that.
Not in a very dignified fashion either.
No. And like the stars coming out of his head when he gets smacked in the head with the. With,
I love how like lanky his like feet are too. Like
Yep.
when he's getting hit with the seesaw, like one of his legs like bends inward.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very very playing into like the Jonathan Crane like.
Yeah, like the awkward lankiness.
Yeah, like the Ichabod Crane likeness to it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's good. I really thoroughly enjoyed this one, even though I was like immediately when I saw that splash page, I was like, oh yeah, they got him right off the bat. And then I was like, nope, they kind of didn't, but still good.
Well, it's nice to see an evolution sometimes. So
yeah.
All right. So thank you so much for sticking around for this extra packed episode of Become a Bat. Next week, we're going to be doing the first story in Batman number 9, The Four Fates. And Detective Comics 65, The Cop Who Hated Batman.
They're both good titles.
They are both excellent titles.
Yeah.
I'm going to take The Cop Who Hated Batman.
I got The Four Fates.
That's got me intrigued. You definitely have one with a better cover.
I know.
We're going to talk about that cover
really
next
good
week.
Cover.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. This is Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And you're listening to Become a Bat. Good night.
Later.